Good evening. My name is Mike Gopher. I'm from the Blackfeet Reservation, and today for my topic, I decided to talk about the ongoing serious problem of drug abuse that we have on the reservations. Not only on the Blackfeet Reservation, but for the reservations throughout the United States. Serious problem, but seems to be that from what I've read through several articles, this just doesn't seem like it's too much of a serious problem um, for what we call council members on the reservations, because it doesn't seem like anyone's doing anything about it, or they don't care, or they're too busy filling their own pockets with the money that could be provided for health, or for the help that people need. I talked to several people throughout on my reservation, and they said that council members um, say that they don't have the resources to start a program to help uh, individuals needing help um, right now with drug problems. They're more or less concerned about alcoholism, which is great, but I mean, the drug problem right now is basically faced to get what is really bad with our youth right now, and hitting people the ages from 25 to about 45-year olds, are targeted right now. Um, right now, meth. Right now, it says right now in this article, it says meth abuse rates have reached about 30% of rural Indian reservations, and some Indian communities as many as 65% of all documented cases involving child neglect and placement of children in foster care can be traced back to the parental involvement with methamphetamine. All the way from California, Indian Legal Services estimates that in nearly every case they oversee, that involves a child being removed from a home on or both of the parents is using meth. So basically, parents could be using meth, and um, this is often in those cases the baby itself was born with prenatal exposure to the drug. Um, Been to several reservations. I have not seen one place that has a detox center or a treatment facility for drug addiction, especially on here on my reservation, the Blackfeet Reservation. We have one that's tribally run, but then our Indian Health Services has a partake in that as well, and there is no help for people that are on drug addiction. There is only people that's from within, only for alcoholism. I know there's an article saying that one individual, one individual tried to seek help at the Crystal Creek Lodge, but he was turned away, and it was basically full. It was a 20 bed. It's a 20 bed facility, but it's more or less only for dealing with people that are alcoholics, which was kind of got me upset, because at least you know that there is somebody out there that's trying to get the help that they need, but there's nowhere to be. There's no help. They just kind of get turned away. The closest place that we know of right now, well, it just opened, is in Cut Bank, Montana. Um, they have a facility down there, but the only thing is right now that they prescribe to people that are over on drug addiction. Right now, to help them more or less cope with that is Suboxone, and I know Suboxone would be very addictive drug, if not administered properly. So a lot of people are going to go and get on that drug, and then that starts. So right now on the Blackfeet Reservation, it's kind of sad, because, like I said, people go to that facility, get the help. Like I said, go there for help, and then they get their fix for their Suboxone, and then come back and sell it on the reservation to, anybody that's, looking for a fix, for the, for, for their drug addiction, their drug habit. Meth right now is a really big, is really big right now on the reservation as well. The only thing that we are doing as far as that, our council members are doing basically is that they're just sending a warning out to our dealers, drug dealers, saying that if you're caught on, dealing drugs on the reservation, you get kicked off the reservation and you're, banned. But that's not going to stop anybody from on the reservation dealing drugs, or they could get their drugs from somewhere else. It's just an ongoing problem. Like I said, there's no place on our council. Our council members right now are basically not involved in a treatment facility or about getting a treatment facility going. I said everyone's has to either travel to Cubbing, Montana, who are looking for help to kick the habit or stop the addiction, or they'd have to travel about 2 hours away to Great Falls, all the way to that way. Or I think there's another place called Pathways, and that's still farther. I mean, you're looking at money, to get there, people to, or somebody to take you, because a lot of people don't, who are in drugs, that basically, sell all their stuff, so they have no vehicle to get down. So basically, a lot of them just go in, find somebody to give them a ride, so they have to come up with some money, or, find some way to get down. So basically, it's just one big epidemic on the reservations. Like I said, this one, Blackfeet Reservation is not the only one. There's articles that I've read that Fort Peck Reservation, all the way in North Dakota, you got the Standing Rock tribe down there, Standing Rock Sioux tribe down there that's dealing with meth. I mean, meth is just throughout, everywhere, but it's hitting our young kids. A lot of the drug prevention isn't really helping our youngsters, I guess, because a lot of people aren't really doing anything about it. So like I said, pills right now, Suboxone, methamphetamine. I've even heard, I've dealt with a lot when I was in North Dakota on the reservations, in Bismarck itself. I dealt with, right now, illicit drugs, what was it called? Spice. That's some scary stuff right there. Synthetic marijuana, spice. And people dying from that, instantly dying from that because their hearts can't take it. I've worked in a treatment facility. I've seen people who are near close to death near close to death, basically just because they smoked that spice. People are overdose on different medications. Suboxone, Suboxone is addictive. People overdose on, just crystal meth. I've caught people with crystal meth in a treatment facility before. Meth, black tar heroin. It's just really bad right now. Bad, but like I said, no one's really doing anything about it. I'm hoping that someone does, speak up and hopefully, get the tribe involved in a treatment facility. Get one going here. I know it's a really good idea to get our alcoholics, in check and off the streets and, help them any way that we can. But, I think the drug addiction is really where it needs to be at. Really needs, where we need to help our young people, help our youngsters out right now, because I said it was just like, I read an article, how many people die per year, it's more than any group, has more deaths than any other ethnic group throughout the United States. It's everyone, Native American people are dying on reservations throughout the whole United States, and any ethnic group, are Hawaiians or are blacks or Latinas, even just not Native Americans, Alaska Natives as well too. They have to deal with depression, or uh, poverty. People just start going into drugs. So a lot of it just, even it's just like our race is dying out because of drugs, and as I said, overdose, overdose on drugs. As I said, pills. A lot of people are coming on pills, hydros, just anything to get a quick fix, get a high. Um, Worked in a hospital, even though I was, nothing just besides housekeeping or janitor or whatever you want to call it. Was in the ER a lot. Saw a lot of kids dying, you know, right in front of my eyes, is dying right in front of me because they were hooked on their parents' pills, because their parents were addicts on pills. So, this is, through my, uh, this is what I'm touching base on through the drugs in society. There's a couple, like I said, I read just several articles and touched base on different different subjects, and I'm hoping that, like I said, on this reservation, we just find some way to help our people, throughout not just even on the reservation, but just throughout, cities, help our young people out because they're just getting exposed to this, to drugs, and hopefully that come up with a solution to stop, help them get the education that they need for them. So